Hello my friends, welcome to my corner. The best film that I saw last month is Casablanca. A classic, of course. I had seen it only once before, but it was during a flight, so I don't think that really counts. I feel like this is the first time that I could actually watch this movie and focus on it. If somebody asked me what is Casablanca about, I would say this film is about waiting and also about taking action when that is necessary. Or better yet, I would say it's about knowing when is the time to wait and when is the time to take action. It is also a film that traces the road from selfishness to selflessness or to self-sacrifice, which is what you can see in the character that Humphrey Bogart plays. Why did I like this movie? There are many reasons, of course, but I'm going to focus on 3 points, and the first of them has to do with the casting. The casting, I think, is simply perfect in this movie. Not only with the major characters, we have big names such as Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman, right? That's, of course, wonderful. But also in the so-called secondary characters. For instance, the character that Peter Lorre plays, Ugarte, right? The character played by Madeleine LeBeau. Yvonne is her name. Many of the other characters, I don't think there's a single character in this movie that is not well cast in terms of the actors that they chose to play them. And I think this is one of those movies that I would choose in order to illustrate the fact that there are really no secondary characters in a good movie. Of course, there are protagonists and other characters that are not considered to be protagonists, but I feel like in many great movies, if you think about it, the casting has been done so carefully that there are really no secondary characters. There are definitely no secondary characters in life, because what you consider secondary characters see themselves as protagonists, right? But I think in this film, this is a great aspect. The casting of it is just done in such a way that everybody there is contributing to the film in a wonderful way, and that's one of the reasons why I feel this film has been so successful through the ages. My second point is a little bit more personal. It has to do with the Proustian mechanics of memory, which is something that I always enjoy. In this case, a sensory element brings up the past once again, and in the film it is of course the song As Time Goes By, which when Rick hears, he simply conjures up the past, and the past becomes alive in the present to such an extent that it seems to blur out the present. It completely takes over that moment when we see that flashback in the film. So I think this is a film that illustrates that very well, how something you hear, something you smell, something you taste can bring the past back to life and completely immerse you in it, even if you don't want that. And the third point I wanted to highlight is, of course, the dialogue. The dialogue is so precise. It is so calculated, but at the same time so true to life. And I think that's one of the reasons why this movie has been so successful. Many of the quotes are well known by everybody, even by people who have not seen the film. So I wanted to choose my favorite of those. My favorite quote from Casablanca is, "We'll always have Paris." What does that mean to me? To me, it means that the best thing that you can do with the past is to let it stay in the past. Do not try to bring it back into the present the way The Great Gatsby does. Just let it stay there, go back to the memories, enjoy them, but remember that the past is the past, this is the present, and then you have the future to worry about. So those are my quick thoughts on Casablanca, the best film that I saw last month. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for stopping by, and have a wonderful day.